Okay, we are doing page 119 and 120, looking at proper and improper fractions. And so when we look at 1, we have to fill in some of these boxes. They have an illustration, and it's got 2 circles. Trying to replicate them here. And they're all filled in on this one. And on this one, they're all filled in except for 1. And so it's asking, what is our numerator for this one in the next box here over this way? What is the numerator? Well, you count how many slices we have. There's 4 in this one, and there's 3 in this one. And so for the numerator, we're going to put 7. And then the next box, it's asking, what is our denominator? We need to put 4. And I see they've done this for you already. Just follow along, though. And then for the fraction, well, our numerator is 7. And our denominator is 4. And so the final box, it asks, is this proper or improper? Improper fractions will have a bigger number on top. So I'm going to show you the difference between the proper fractions and the improper fractions. And if you don't know this already, I think after looking at this, you'll always remember the difference. Proper is going to have a smaller number on top. So 1 over 3, that's a proper fraction. Or 30 over 40, that's a proper fraction. Or 9 over 10. These are all examples of proper fractions. And then with an improper fraction, you have the bigger number on top, like we do here. 7 over 4, that is improper. Or 12 over 2. Also, if it's the same number, for example, 4 over 4, that is improper as well. Or 8 over 8. So hopefully that's helping you to understand the difference between improper and proper. In the next 3 parts of the chart that we're going to do, we'll have to decide if each one is proper or improper. The next one, we have a circle, and it's divided like this into 3 parts. 1 part is filled in, and so our numerator for this, how many parts are filled in, is 1. Our denominator, how many parts are there? That's 3. And so our fraction is 1 over 3. And now we need to ask ourselves, is that proper or improper? Well, there's a smaller number on top of the bottom number. The numerator is smaller than the denominator. So in the next box, we need to write proper. All right, the next row. We have a circle that's divided into 8 parts, and it's all filled in. The entire circle is all filled in. So our numerator is how many of the parts are filled in? How many parts do we have? Well, 8 of them. How many parts were possible? 8 again. So our fraction is 8 over 8. And then we need to ask ourselves, is this proper or improper? Remember, if it's the same number over itself, like 8 over 8, that is improper. Next one, we have 2 circles. Our first circle is completely filled in. We have 2 pieces. And our second circle, we have 1 piece. So we have 1 and then 2 and then 3. 1 piece there, 2 piece there, 3 piece there. So for our numerator is 3, we have 3. For our denominator, the next part, well, there's 2 possible pieces to make a whole, so we're doing 2. And then our fraction will be denominator on the bottom, 2, and 3 on top, so we have 3 over 2. And then we need to ask ourselves, is that proper or improper? Bigger number on top means it is improper. All right. In number 2, we're told to circle the improper fractions. So looking at each one, we got to decide which ones are proper and which ones are improper. I'm going to go through and write a few of them. 2 over 2. And 5 over 5. And this should be good. This should help us to understand, to know if you can tell whether a fraction is proper or improper. I'm doing this one. Alright, if you think 7 over 8 is proper, put a thumbs up. If you think 7 over 8 is improper, put a thumbs down. Now the directions told us to circle the improper fractions. 7 over 8 is not improper, so we will not circle that one. The next one, 4 over 3. If you think it is proper, put your thumbs up. If you think it is improper, put your thumbs down. This one is improper, and so like the directions say, circle the improper fractions, we're going to circle this one. That's because the 4 is bigger than the 3. Bigger number on top will allow us to see that it is improper. The third one here, kind of a trick one, 2 over 2. Thumbs up if you think it's proper. Thumbs down if you think it's improper. And this one, because it's the same number in the numerator and the denominator, that is improper. 3 over 8. What do you think? Show me your thumbs. 3 over 8 we are not going to circle because it's proper. What about the next one? 4 over 9. What do you think? Show me those thumbs. And 4 over 9 we are not going to circle. The next one, 6 over 5. What do you think for that one? Show me your thumbs. That one we are going to circle. We have a bigger number on top. It is an improper fraction. The next one, 5 over 9, we are not going to circle. And the last one is just like the one we had earlier, 2 over 2. And we are going to circle that one. Alright. 3A. Says to follow the signs, reduce if necessary. Remember, we reduce by using our GCF, our greatest common what? Yeah, our greatest common factor. Alright, and so our problem is 4 and 1 over 8, 9 and 1 over 8, and then 6. It says follow the signs. The sign here is to add. First, let's do our fraction side. We know our denominator is going to stay the same of 8. And we add our 1 and 1. That gives us 2 over 8. And now let's add up our whole numbers of 4, 9, and 6. That gives us 19. Is there a GCF for 2 and 8 that's greater than 1? Is there a GCF for 2 and 8 that's greater than 1? Yes, 2 goes into both 2 and 8. So I'm going to rewrite 19 right here. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 8 4 times. And so our final answer, and we need to circle that, our reduced fraction answer is 19 and 1/4. 19 and 1/4. Okay, I'm going to let you go ahead and do the rest on your own. Make sure as you're doing the rest of number 3 that for each fraction you come up with, you check and see if there's a GCF. If there's a number that goes into both your numerator and your denominator that's greater than 1, and if there is, you need to reduce it. And I'll give you a hint right now that 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 of the fractions will need to be reduced. So you have 7 more problems, it looks like, in number 3. 5 out of those 7 will need to be reduced. So make sure you look for your GCF and do that. One thing that's cool that you need to know is that in the city of Washington, D.C., so that's our nation's capital, no building may be built taller than the Capitol. That's interesting. So go ahead and do the rest on your own, and don't build any building taller than the Capitol.